Before we dive into the video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe because it will help my channel a lot, and I'll appreciate you guys a lot for doing so. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about the new censorship for one of the suits that we have on the Chinese server. Basically, the Chinese server announced today that they were going to be censoring the suit. I don't think they specifically said they were censoring it, but there was a return of this event and everybody was really excited until they clicked onto the actual face and the picture, and as you can see, something's wrong with her. So in case you guys don't remember, this was one of the best suits in Love Nikki. It hasn't returned to our server for a long time now. It didn't even return once, and everybody was waiting for it. I was waiting for it, and as you guys know, it was a huge meme on my channel. It was a place where it got started that she had BBQ sauce on her, and now she doesn't even have BBQ sauce. She only has 2 weird drops on her face. She doesn't have anything coming out of her mouth. She also doesn't have anything dripping on her chest. So this is the original Hellish bloom that we know and love, and this is the imposter over here. I'm personally disappointed. I know a lot of you guys are, but I also know that some people aren't for this because maybe they didn't like the makeup to begin with. But for this one, I just feel that the teardrops or whatever is dropping from her face, it just looks so tacky. It doesn't even look realistic. In contrast to her blood in the soup bowl, it just looks so one-dimensional, and it looks like a tattoo rather than actual blood coming from her eyes. For the actual suit itself, the story that surrounds it, it's pretty gory. You can take a look at it on the Love Nikki fandom page, but I just got an excerpt from one of her items, and look over here. If I win, I will pray for the death of the yokai hunter. She's referring to a war, and you can see she continues with, I'll never let the betrayer kill my friend. She said she was named Hellish Bloom because humans witnessed her figure on the battlefield. Everybody assumed that she participated in the war, she was involved in killing someone, but at the end of the day, this isn't a PG-13 story, and I don't see why they would decide to censor her so much. So let's go back to the actual picture. If we look over here, you can see that her tattoo, which is already a mess, on her face doesn't even look like blood. So why does she have 2 teardrop stains there? And I think if they were to censor it, maybe just not have the blood coming out of her mouth. And as for the most important part, there's nothing on her chest anymore. So there's 2 censors here. One is the actual blood pooling on her, and the other one is the fact that her are bandaged right now. If you look carefully, it's not actually a blood splatter on her chest. It's actually more of a tattoo that resembles the flowers she has on the bottom. It's they needed to censor out how big her cleavage is, but there are so many other problematic outfits that reveal so much more, and I don't see them being censored. Not asking for them to be censored, by the way, but I just feel why do you need to censor her out of all the people? I feel out of everybody, she's least problematic, and it makes sense that her character is bleeding from the eyes, mouth, everywhere. This goes back to one of my old censored posts, and I would love to share 2 excerpts from my commenters because I was having a hard time trying to justify why the fairy on the left was bloody and why it was interesting to me without trying to seem like I was saying violence was interesting. So there are 2 people that actually managed to portray what I wanted to say very well. So first is Alexander Hoang. So they said, the uncensored version of the fairy suit corresponds more with the lore and clearly conveys to the viewer the desperation and determination that the fairy has. The censored version, on the other hand, portrays the fairy as some sort of weak ragdoll. While in the uncensored version, we can clearly see she struggled for justice. In this, she appears as if she threw herself at the feet of her nemesis out of fear. So I thought that their explanation was a work of art. And there was also someone else who I wanted to show you guys. For Ruins of Coolness, they also said, the piece, taken solely as art and not attaching real-world circumstances to it, is more visually stunning and evoking of emotion. Just because you are moved by art doesn't mean you support violence. So exactly, I just thought that in this scenario, the censorship seems to me as unnecessary, and the fact that they're trying to make it more PG-13 just confuses me because this isn't supposed to be a PG-13 game or anything. If anything, it should be a PG-16 game. It just doesn't make sense, and I feel it's such a shame that it's going to be censored. So usually when things are censored in Chinese server, it's not necessarily censored in our server. There are scenarios where we do have something uncensored and they do have something censored, and we also have a case where we have something censored and they also have something censored. So I'm not sure what the future holds for this outfit. I'm really hoping they don't censor it because it's one of my favorite suits in the game. So if they do decide to do that, I think I'm going to have to drop her from my list because now she looks kind of lame. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. I know some of you guys actually like this suit compared to the original one. I would also love to hear why you like it more. And And yeah, remember to like, comment, subscribe. If you like to hear more updates on our server or on other servers, I'll always keep you guys posted. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye now!